Hello, hello, Facebookers, Periscopers, Perry girls. Hello, hello, welcome. This is Perry Girls TV. Ask the Doc Weekly. Welcome to everybody signing in. Hello. Get my camera and my light together here. Thanks for sharing. Hi, H.M. Weber, one of my Perry Girls sisters. Hello, Jewel SC. Hello, Hunt for Wappy T. We'll let folks join us and let me get situated. Hey, Dustin Doc, I see you. That's Jamila. Hello, Lloyd Shell Ransom. Hello, hello. You was waiting for me at the door? Was I late, Milton? Hello, Tyler's daddy. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for inviting followers on Facebook. Hi, Jamila. Hi, Lilibeth, Stacy, Joshua Pearson. Come on in. Come on in. Let me make sure I'm straight up here. I got some good feedback on how I needed to aim my camera and sit up straight. Hello, Boston. Welcome. All right. It's Wellness Wednesday. Ask the Doc, Doc Swiner. I am Nicole Swiner. I'm a family doctor here in North Carolina and I'm author, speaker, and Perry Girls TV broadcaster. I'm happy and proud to say. And you have joined us for our weekly show, Ask the Doc. It's also National Lazy Day. Who knew that? Hopefully you all aren't being too lazy and you're getting some work done on this hump day. However, yeah, National Lazy Day. Whoever knew there was such a thing? Whoever knew there was such a thing? All right, come on in. Thanks for the hearts. We love hearts. No, don't get in the bed. Stay out. Yeah, come on. Let's let's learn this stuff together, Jamila. Don't get in the bed. Although it is pretty gloomy and rainy out here in North Carolina, but let's get some work done. Hello, everybody. Hi, Beverly Bassett. Join us. So, for you all joining me for the first time, I am proud to be a Perry Girls TV broadcaster. This is our new thing, Perry Girls TV, and hopefully, hey, my Perry Girls, thanks for joining and for inviting people. We've had some wonderful shows, some wonderful broadcasters. Dr. Daisy S. Does her shows on Monday. We have a wonderful meditation expert that comes on during the week too. Thank you, Fit Baker Mom, for inviting followers. Web EV, one of my Perry Girl sisters. Hello. And so I am your medical and mental health professional. I like to call myself, the Superwoman Complex expert is what I am. I've written 2 books on the Superwoman Complex and how stress kills and that we need to all be taking better care of ourselves and doing better with feeling joyful and making sure that we're up to date with taking care of ourselves and seeing the doctor and being, healthy and doing all those things. But, thank you. Thank you for that good feedback. I gotta wipe my lens. Good. Make sure I'm good to go. Great info. Thank you, PG Ninjas. So what we're going to talk about today, though, is we're going to focus a little bit more on medical. Oh, it's worse? I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me grab some. No, I don't want him to leave. I know this is the mommy lick. Isn't that gross? I did the mommy lick on the lens. Is that worse or better? My husband would be mortified. How is that? How's the lens, y'all? Cry. Don't tell Rick. Don't tell Rick Milton. How's my camera looking? Is that better or worse? You can see me? Okay. My Perry girls are helping me with my my visualization. That's better? Okay. All right. So I am your Superwoman Complex expert where I talk about all these stress-related type things on a regular basis. But even more concerning nowadays is, for us to stay healthy, stay rid of infection and prevent infection is to talk about those things that are affecting all of us right now. National crisis scare, is the Zika virus. So we want to make sure that all of us know the right things about it, know how to protect ourselves, know the right stuff. The media, the internet will tell us all different types of things, but I'm here to give you the real deal from the CDC. We'll get to that. The Fit Baker Mom. We'll get to that after we talk about Zika a little bit. So don't let me forget. Remind me about that self-care ritual. But the Zika virus, right. So as of last week or the week beforehand, it hit the U.S. It made its appearance in Miami, Florida, where originally it was more of a South American disease. So I'm going to throw out some things to you if you didn't know. So the majority of my information, by the way, just to give my reference, is from the WHO, which is the World Health Organization. I have some notes here. and the CDC, which is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So I got the real official. You can go online and look at these data as well. But what is the Zika virus for my nerds out there, my immunology nerds out there? It's an RNA instead of DNA, RNA genome virus. It's mosquito-borne. It's actually called Flava virus, FLAVI virus. So you can use that in your word games. You learned a new word today. Carried by mosquitoes, almost primarily by mosquitoes. So mosquito bites and all of those things are the ways to prevent disease. Do they have grills? Huh? What? Flavor grill? What do you mean? Are you being funny, Web EV? She's always throwing me off. She's always throwing some joke. Let me see what you mean by that. So mosquitoes, these types of mosquitoes, Flava, oh my God. Web EV. No, Flava, F-L-A-V-I. We're going to kick Web EV out. She did get me. My mouth was open. She got me. All right. So the type of mosquitoes is another nerdy word. Aedes, and I might be saying that wrong. Aedes mosquitoes they're more aggressive than the usual. She got me. They're more aggressive than the usual type of biter. So you got to be careful. So, usually we think, we go outside, we're AEDES PG ninjas. That's the type of mosquito it is. You got it. So usually at night, if we're going to go outside, we're grilling, we're out, doing whatever in our backyards. At night is when I theoretically would think that mosquitoes would be feeding the most. But these types of mosquitoes do during the day. So out there on the beach, when you're sun tanning, doing yard work, be careful, right, during the day. Okay. And the Zika virus is not new. We've been dealing with it in other countries for decades. But of course, now since it's coming closer and closer this way. Hi, Rice and Spam. Thank you for inviting followers. Yeah. You got to be more careful nowadays. It's only 24. Yeah. So if you're donating blood and you've been infected, there is a little bit of a wait on when you can donate blood. So, yeah. So we're now doing more and more studies about it. Now that it's hit the U.S., of course, now it's becoming more of a national issue, and vaccines are being developed. They're even using blood samples from those affected with other types of international things like dengue fever. If you've ever heard of dengue fever, which you can get in other, when you travel internationally, they're using the blood and the antibodies to test to see if that can protect us from Zika virus. So there are some things being done, but until then, we have to protect ourselves. Hi, Heart Tribes. So it first made its appearance in the 1940s in Uganda, in animals, and then later in like the Republic of Tanzania. So it was, over there in the 1940s, very slowly made its way to the South American countries. And then recently, like we mentioned, made its appearance in Miami. Hey, Heart Tribes, welcome. So that's why we're getting concerned. I had some friends that have planned their travel or have already traveled. Hi, Go Rice Girl, Miss Joanne, hello. It's, something that we're worried about, particularly with travel and particularly for women. We'll get to that. Cynthia Joy 74. Thanks for the questions. So it's mostly concerning for women, particularly of reproductive age. So if you are a fertile female, you want to be very cautious, particularly when traveling internationally to South American countries, because you want to make sure that you are not infected for the health of your babies. If you've seen the horribly saddening pictures of these babies that come with microcephaly or smaller shaped heads that can have devastating effects on their development, their brain function is what it's most concerning for. But clearly the other types of symptoms that you can get with it, whether it be fever, rash, I know it's so sad, fever, rash, joint pain, red eyes, muscle pain, headaches. It almost sounds like, if you're familiar with some of the tick diseases, like Rocky Mountain spotted fever or lupus, some of those things kind of all sound the same. But, not only do you have to worry about that, but if you're a woman that is either not on birth control, is sexually active, is fertile, or even is pregnant or could be pregnant, is where we get the most concern. So we want to be careful with that because we want to protect us from having these long-term risks that can occur with the fetus. So I would say you should always, clearly it can be sexually transmitted. So you want to be careful. We should all be careful regardless of Zika virus or not. We should all be using condoms, all be taking precautions and being smart. But definitely if you've been exposed to or you've gone to these particular areas where you could be at risk. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live, talking about Zika. By the way, I'll take a pause for a quick commercial break. This is Perry Girls TV, where we have our weekly broadcast. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Be careful. Use condoms. Thank you. That's right. Perrygirls.com is a wonderful group of 10,000 strong females on Periscope. There is a men's counterpart called Perry Dudes. So Milton, Tyler's daddy, I see you on there. Rick Swiner, my wonderful husband. Join Perry Dudes. It's a wonderful, wonderful collective group like this that is majorly supportive, majorly encouraging, helping each other to get more comfortable and broaden their horizons on Periscope and broadcasting. So make sure you join. So again, common symptoms, Zika virus. Same type of stuff you would think of like for flu, tick-borne illness, fever, rash, joint pain, headache, red eyes, conjunctivitis, muscle aches, muscle pains. Be very careful. So how do we prevent this? DEET and mosquito spray. Spray, 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 spray. These types of mosquitoes are more aggressive, so they're more active during the day than at night, which is interesting because you would think you go outside at night, you take your evening walk, etc. You want to make sure that you're protected. Make sure you're as protective during the day. You may want to spray down with DEET. My kids are in preschool, even though we're in North Carolina, far away from Florida, you got to be cautious. When they go outside, I spray them down with DEET. So you got to be careful. So, so please use condoms. No matter what sex, use condoms all the time. Be careful. So they're saying, specifically about intercourse, they're saying even if a person doesn't have any symptoms, they could still be at risk. So if you've been bitten by a certain type of mosquito, you should make sure that you're, being protected. And again, disclaimer, always protect yourself no matter what your sexual preference. But, especially if you've been bitten recently and you don't feel symptoms, you still have to protect yourself and be careful. We're doing studies on how long it stays in the blood, stays in the body fluids, etc. So I think one of our folks talked about the blood transfusion question. So I heard that as of February of this year, there have been multiple reports of the virus being spread through the blood. No reports here yet in the U.S., but there seems to be if you think you might have been exposed or you may have been exposed, you may have to wait from 28 to 38 days before you can give blood. And again, we're doing further tests and further research on how to test for the Zika virus in the blood and in certain body fluids. So we're getting there, but until we have, reasonable and reliable. There you go. My brain isn't clicking yet. Reliable testings. We just have to take precautions for ourselves. Okay. How long can symptoms last? Several days to a week. Usually, God bless, Enhancer 1969. My daughter is 5 months pregnant. Yeah. So she may be even getting to the point, Enhancer, where she may not be able to travel at all. But, if she is, particularly on a plane internationally, but if she is, please make sure she's being careful. Several days to a week is how long it can last. Very mild for usual, for healthy individuals, who are not, do not have low immune systems, no diabetes, not on cancer. Cynthia Joy, I agree. Yeah, Cynthia Joy, I agree. They probably should wait a little bit longer, especially until we have a better way to test for its presence in the bloodstream and the body fluids. We probably should wait a little bit longer. But for usual, for healthy folks who are not diabetic, not on cancer treatment, not immunosuppressed, usually last about a week or so. Again, just like the flu, just like a tick-borne illness usually. However, if you are a sicker or older or very, very young individual, it could last longer, and it could be, they said very rarely is it fatal, but clearly there are all those cases where, we wait too long to get diagnosed, and that's for any disease. When is the unborn baby safe from the small head? I don't think there is a specific time in Enhancer 1969. I think because that's a good question. I think as long as the mother is pregnant, unless they are truly, this is my guess, this is Dr. Swiner, as long as, I would say if she's close to term, or particularly post-term, after 37 to 38 weeks. I think, most of the head has already developed at that point. The earlier in pregnancy that someone is exposed, the worse. I would say, if she's term or getting ready to deliver, the less concern I would have for having a small head, because most of the body has developed at that point. But I don't think we know for sure in Hansen 1969. So that's a good question. So I just say be safe in general. If I were pregnant, in my second or third trimester, I might not travel internationally at all right now. And I actually had a friend who will remain nameless, but she said, anniversary trips coming up. They were going overseas, planning to have baby, planning to conceive in the next couple of months. Was it a good idea to travel? I said, if you're going to be stopping birth control, you're going to be actively trying to conceive and have your baby, then it might not be the best time. It might not be the best time. So that's just me. That's what I said. That's what I would do for me. A vaccine will come. Like I said, we're already doing work on things on like other types of infections like dengue fever, dengue. Dengue fever is another type of disease that we can get internationally. They're taking antibodies from that and testing it to see if that will protect us from Zika virus. There have been positive things that have come from that. So down the road, it is coming. But for right now, we got to be careful. Some people, particularly if you're very sick, can also have like an encephalopathy, which is kind of like a meningitis or confusion that can happen with it. Again, if you're strong, healthy, middle-aged, usually not a big deal. The younger, the older, and the sicker that you are, the more at risk. So what can we do to prevent? So we can't just stay away from Miami. We can't just stay away from South American countries. We got the Olympics going on right now. Correct, Cynthia Joy. I would just kind of stay put. Maybe give it a year, have baby, be healthy, let things kind of settle down, and then go again. Protection is spray, body spray. Babies being moved from bed. I did hear about that in D.C., in the DMV area, in PG County in Maryland. There were some babies being removed, but I think that was that was a bacterial disease that they're worried about. Is that right? I think they found some bacteria they're worried about, so that not Zika, but they were worried about some bacteria in the water system or the pipe system, and they had to move the baby. Yeah, just pray, folks, pray. Don't be scared, but be cautious. Don't be scared, but be cautious. So your usual sprays that have DEET, D-E-E-T, which is what you should use for all international travel from protection from, other mosquito-borne diseases. Spray down with DEET. If you go swimming, do something, spray down again, reapply. It's almost like sunscreen, have it on first thing in the morning. And then if you sweat a lot or you've had a lot of, PG nuns, but I don't want us to be anxious. I don't want us to be fearful though. But yes, you do want to be cautious. You want to be smart. So again, same as sunscreen, you place it on, you go out, do your thing, you sweat a lot, you go swimming, get into the water, reapply. Okay. Do it for your kids as well. Let's see. Y'all have some other good questions. Did I catch the majority of your questions? Let's see if there are any other important things. If you are traveling internationally, other than your mosquito DEET, you want to have a mosquito net. So in your sleeping quarters, unless you're staying, if you're staying in a huge resort, etc., no big deal. But if you're staying in an Airbnb or you're sleeping outside, camping, you want to use a huge mosquito net around your bed area so that mosquitoes can't get in. Hey, Auntie Judy, welcome. You want to protect your skin that way. They have some of those, are they campanella or cantanella type candles that if you're outside grilling or hanging out backyard, hi, that's my auntie. Actually, my sister-in-law, we call her Aunt Judy. Those candles that release the citronella, thank you. They release the essence into the air that protect the mosquitoes from coming your way. Enhancers 1969. I am Doc Swiner. Doc Swiner. You can find me on. I have my own Periscope account, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please let me know if I can be of help. If you guys ever have need for a doc like me to come and talk to your organization, your group, your family reunion, your event, please. Thank you, PG Ninjas. Please let me know. I am available to go. I will travel. All right. Speaking of which, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And please follow Perry Girls TV and Peri Girls on social media, on Facebook. Like I said, perigirls.com, wonderful, supportive group of women on Periscope doing wonderful things in broadcasting and sharing their brand. For guys, we have Peri Dudes. No excuse. You can get out there if you want to be there. Keep you going. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Other than using your insect repellent, and perfect. Your insect repellent and your mosquito spray, mosquito net over your bedding, especially if you're going to be outside or you're sleeping in someone's home, Airbnb. You want to wear long pants and long sleeve shirts. So I have my patients that, do you Habitat for Humanity or doing a lot of construction or going off to do mission work, etc. Wear long pants and long sleeve shirts so that you can protect your skin. Stay in places with air conditioning and or screens on their windows and doors. Again, protecting from mosquitoes getting in. So anything that protects mosquitoes from getting inside your environment, the colder the better. So if they have air, that's wonderful. Then you want to do that. Long pants, long shirts goes without saying. Be protected. You want to use condoms. We want to use that anyway, FYI, but particularly for transmission of this disease. So we talked about detection, which we're working on. We're working on testing in blood or urine testing. We also base it on your clinical symptoms, or if you've been internationally, especially to South American countries recently, we base our diagnosis on that. We talked about prevention, mosquito spray, long sleeve shirts, mosquito net, being somewhere that has air conditioning or screens on the door, care and support. So how do we treat it? It's a virus, just like a cold virus, just like a stomach flu virus. Supportive treatment, fluids, bland diet, Tylenol, ibuprofen for fever, for headache, pain meds, anything that helps to treat pain and headaches of the body. If you're really, really dehydrated, if you're having any decreased appetite or nausea, vomiting with it, you may have to go to your doctor to get an IV, get some IV fluids replaced if you can't keep fluids down. But it's a virus that has to slowly work its way out of your system. So we just have to kind of beef it up and wait for it to do its thing. Research, told you about the CDC, which is the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, WHO, World Health Organization. They're doing research on vaccinations, how we can vaccinate each other to be prevented or be protected so that we can have protection from that. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other questions? I think we've covered kind of the basics. We're not going to be fearful. We're not going to be anxious, but we're going to be cautious as in anything. If you have any concern, please don't hesitate to go and see your doctor so that thanks for the hearts, guys. I see my heart's flowing. I love it. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the sharing on Twitter. Someone in the very beginning, when I mentioned being the Superwoman Complex expert, asked about my self-care ritual daily. Dale, thank you. Thank you. And if y'all have questions about the rest of this and, watch the replay, share it. I'm a family doctor, Marnie Sablan. I am a family doctor and an author speaker. I write and talk mostly about, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Peri Girls TV. I talk about preventive health. I talk about mental health. I talk about stress. I talk about self-care. Thank you. So follow me at Doc Swiner if you'd like to on all social media outlets. But someone asked me about my daily self-care ritual, and I'll spend my last couple of minutes talking about that. Self-care for me. Thank you, PG Ninjas. It made me feel so good. I get good sleep. Didn't sleep that great last night. I was up way too late watching the Olympics. Who saw our boy Mike win his 21 medals? Yeah. Up way too late watching the gymnastics team. But on a regular basis, I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It was great. Olympics was great. So yeah, the next couple of weeks is going to be hard to get our good rest, but for good reason. So I get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. I got up today to exercise. Exercise is major. So I don't do exercise daily, but I try to get it at least twice a week. If you can do it every day, the better, but at least 2 to 3 times per week for half an hour, get your exercise. I get regular massages. That's not every day, but I get regular massages every 2 weeks or so. So did y'all see the cupping marks on Michael's shoulders? My massage therapist does cupping. It helps to relieve some of that tension. It looks like a hickey mark because it's a suction cup. It's sucking the tension and the acid buildup. Oh, thank you. This is Noxzema and Pond's Daily Cream on the face. But cupping is great. My massage therapist is a pro at it. It's an ancient Chinese tradition. It helps to relax the muscles. But on a daily basis, I try to drink as much water as possible. I get much sleep. I try to laugh as much as possible. Try to keep my environment lighthearted and silly. My husband and I laugh nightly. That's something that we think is very, very important for your overall mental health. Yes, laughter. I listen to music that uplifts me, so whatever music you're into nowadays, if you all are neo soul or R&B fans, my newest purchase recently has been Tigarello, which is a combo album between Eric Roberson and Fonte Coleman of Little Brother and the Foreign Exchange fame. They have a wonderful combination CD on iTunes. Look at me doing commercials. They need to pay me. But that's my favorite. Tigarillo is wonderful. It's jazzy. It's laid back. You can let it play on your computer at work. It's not obscene. You can sing along with it. That keeps me uplifted. So that's what I do. An occasional margarita. I think it's great. For those of y'all who follow me like on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, I put up a post. There has been confirmed studies to show that moderate alcohol intake, 2 to 3 cocktails per day. Clearly, you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to, but an average of 2 to 3 cocktails per day helps prevent heart attack and stroke. I'm just saying. Moderate, yeah. So not even minimal. Hi, Carla and none. Not even minimal. Not like even like a little sip of Chardonnay. 2 to 3 drinks, servings, okay? So, don't get excited. Yeah, you don't have to drink. You don't have to drink Peachy Ninja. She asked about my self-care routine. Mommy has a half to a whole cocktail per night. I'm just telling you what the studies show. You do not have to drink. You don't. That's, it's all up to you. But hey, the skin, you mentioned the skin. That keeps me happy. All right, guys, I'm not going to talk you to death. I thank you so much for joining me on Ask the Doc, your weekly Periscope on Perry Girls TV. Y'all, please join Perry Girls, join Perry Dudes if you want to. 2 glasses of wine a night. That's right. Join us weekly. There are wonderful shows throughout this week. Please tune in and join Perry Girls and Perry Dudes on social media. I will see y'all next week. Let's do a quick poll before you leave. Next topic, next week, next Wednesday. We have a choice of the changes in mammogram. Okay, so what you're going to do is put up a 1, a 2, or a 3 for your topic of choice for next week. Number 1, the new changes in mammograms and breast cancer screening. Number 2, update on sexually transmitted diseases. Number 3, stress and the superwoman complex. Okay? Good, Cynthia. Thank you. So pick and choose. Number 1, I'll go back and watch the replay and tell you. Number 1, what's the deal with these new mammogram and breast cancer screening recommendations? Oh, Martha's Vineyard. Nice. Number 2, what did I say? Update on STDs. Number 3, stress and the superwoman complex. Leave your vote, and I'll pick and choose and let y'all know what we'll talk about next week, okay? Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much for following, the hearts, the attention. Share this with your followers. Share this to Twitter. Thanks to Perry Girls TV, as always. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you.